Nick, how do you think Tanner played tonight?
Played pretty good.
But you know, a little bit more as far as what he did well.
He played good. No, he did a lot of good things. Went to the right place with the football. Was accurate. Ran, had really good operation. Him and Kevin, a lot of communication, and Scott. Yeah, he did a really nice job.
What has he made from earlier that you felt like what Johnny Wilson did last year was a bit underrated, getting his catches out there? How do you feel like he showed what he's capable?
Yeah, obviously he had a really nice day today too. Yeah, I think it's it's easy to look at stats for a wide receiver and say this guy did this and this guy did that, but Johnny did a lot of things for us. And continues to do a lot of things for us in our number one in our rush offense last year. That was number one with some of the blocks that he had, and he was really good on special teams. And it takes guys time to develop into pass catchers and against the different coverages that he's seen in the NFL. I think he did a really nice job adjusting to the football, making some really nice plays. Tanner put the ball on him. I thought the one that he adjusted to on the back shoulder where he kind of turned and caught it was really good and did a good job with his fundamentals, getting to his back so the ball didn't pop out. We saw the ball pop out with Jihad on his interception opportunity, but Johnny did a good job of getting to his back, and he did a lot of good things, and he's one of our really tough players. And yeah, it was fun to see him get some production today with that.
Nick, what have you made from Darius Cooper's progression over this camp and this summer?
Yeah, I think he's, I mentioned him the other day. I think he has a lot of good tools. Catches the ball obviously really well. Those were some tough catches that he made today, particularly on some of those shallows. That fourth down shallow was like a perfect ball by Tanner with some traffic. I think they were in two man, and he just made a really nice catch there. And so, he's continued to get better, learning all the different spots that he needs to play. I think he's got an opportunity to do some good things. Obviously, you saw that out there today.
Why will stick with receivers? What is the nice proof?
Yeah. Again, this is one of the biggest transitions from college to pro is that receiver position. You get more contested catches now. It's a little tighter. It's a lot tighter coverage. But I think we've always seen the explosive ability to change directions by Anais. You saw it on the kick on the punt return there where he made the guy miss and went for a big gain. That's all over his college tape, and we get to see that in practice quite a bit. He did a good job. He's scrappy, and I think that you're seeing a good competition for those back end of the rosters. Jahan obviously did a really good job tonight. We wanted to get him a couple touches and let him go to work as the number one receiver. But then you got a lot of good competition, and competition brings out the best in guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that race kind of plays itself out.
What can Keely take?
I'm sorry, after you, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was very nice.
Zach's a great guy. What can Keely kind of take away from going against Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, and how you thought he did?
Yeah, you evaluate everything. Keely's done a nice job in practice to date, and he's made a lot of plays in practice. Today, we'd like to see those guys complete those outs on a lot of. I see them make a lot of those plays. Jamar Chase is one of the better receivers in the NFL. Just we got to make that tackle there in that situation and stop that play for a 16-yard gain instead of it going out there. But he's done a lot of good things, and everything we evaluate everything, right? It's not just a one game deal. And I have no doubt that he'll look at the tape. We'll look at the tape, and he'll get better from that.
First half tonight, week 18 last year, when the other team's playing their starters, does your performance resonate more with the backups and Tanner in particular?
You're talking offensively there? Yeah. I mean, that was a team that they went 9-8 last year. We know how good of a football team that they are, and Yeah, it was good to get out there and get some reps there. I think, offensive line seemed like it. I'll have to look at the tape there, but they did a good job. Tanner obviously did a good job. Receivers, I thought our backs played well. I thought you saw some good things from our tight ends as a whole. Granson made some big time catches. EJ made some big time catches. And so yeah, I was pleased with how they performed. I thought it was a clean football game. I told the guys, before the game, in these scenarios, you want to play a clean football game with your fundamentals. You want to play a clean football game with your assignments, right? Knowing what to do. You want to play a clean football game with situational football, which, a couple of situations that popped up, we, really handled the 2-minute well at the end of the half. And then you just want to see the guys play with relentless effort, and I saw that. I saw that tonight, from the first quarter on. And so, there'll obviously be a lot of things that we need to clean up, and that's the best part about practicing games like that. You get to clean those things up and get better from them.
How about the staff and the operation from your perspective and the assistants? I imagine this is a big test for you guys.
Yeah, again, we put ourselves in those positions in practice, just like we try to put players in positions in practice to make it as game-like as possible. So we're doing a lot of that. I need a lot of practice of that, getting back into that, communicating with Kevin, Vic, and Clay there. So we've practiced a lot of that. So it was just another opportunity for us to do that in a game setting with the officials there, the play clock, all those different things that we practice. But I thought it was really good. Was good communication on the sideline. Kevin, no pre-snap penalties. The ones that we like to say, the ones that take no talent. I felt like we didn't have any of those today, and we've cleaned some of those up from camp. So it was a good operation. We did some things situationally different, not showing some things, but there was constant communication. It's great to have, Jalen on the headset to be like, hey, Jalen, on this one, we'll be thinking this with the scenario. But, Kevin and I have worked so much together. Kevin knows when when we're into a situation, hey, Nick, what are you thinking here? So that felt like, that was, Kevin and I have been doing that together for the last 5 years, and even going back to Indy. So that seemed very, very clean to me. Not only my communication with Kevin, but Kevin's communication back to me. What are you thinking here? Where are we going for on this? And so I was really pleased with how that went tonight.
You mentioned Jihad and your interception. Where do you feel like he is right now, both with his fundamentals and then also his understanding of the scheme and his responsibilities?
Yeah, he's growing, and he's doing a good job. Obviously, he's highly athletic and can do a lot of different things, and I see him getting better every day. We had a couple interceptions that Pat Johnson obviously made the big-time interception right there. But we felt like, Trot had an opportunity for an interception. We felt like Eli had an opportunity for an interception. We felt like Jihad had an opportunity for an interception. We got to make sure we finish those. So, and we had a couple drops on offense as well. That stalled out some drives. So, we want to clean up some of those things with the entire team.
A.J. Dillon had
Last one.
his first live action in a while. What stood out about his performance?
I think you just, again, we've seen that in practice a lot, just his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield and also just get downhill on runs. And I think we saw that tonight. He's a powerful runner. And I really love that running back room. Jamal's done a great job with them. Saquon's a great leader. Will had a nice game. AJ had a nice game. So I'm really pleased with that running back room and how they're progressing there. And even the young guys did a good job tonight as well.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So, how do you think you played tonight?
It felt good. I felt like we were moving the ball, which was always fun. Obviously, we'll watch film, and you never really know until you watch film. There's things that are like, oh, crap, I missed that or whatever. But overall, moved the ball well. Had a lot of guys that made great plays. So the feeling is good.
You joked when the Eagles social media team showed you your Madden score that you wanted to show tonight. You deserved higher than a 61.
Yeah.
Do you think you accomplished that?
I mean, we'll see. We'll let them decide. But yeah, no, I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Hey, nice job, 61," or whatever it was. So yeah, it's been funny joke going around.
Can you walk me through the touchdown pass to Darius?
Yeah, I mean, it was a concept with this individual route. KP's like, give him whatever you want. I'm like, if it's one-on-one, we're going to take a go ball. So, I mean, great release, beat him over the top, made a great grab at the back and the end of the end zone. So it was good. It was good to see that and just see like new guys make big plays and kind of have that, because I feel like throughout practice you kind of have that chemistry and different things, but to see it, you know, in a game and see guys make big plays like that, it's a lot of fun and builds confidence for me as a quarterback to give them the ball, but also for the other guys that are on the sideline and the coaches, just like, hey, these guys can make big plays in big time situations.
What did you see out of Darius just throughout the course of the game and also the summer?
Yeah, no, I think he's a really good player, very fast, great hands. I think you guys saw that today. Can win one-on-one routes, which is huge in the NFL. If they're going to give you one-on-one on the outside, you got to take advantage of it. And so I think he did a great job of that for sure.
What did you make of Johnny Wilson's performance? What did you make of Johnny Wilson's performance?
Johnny's the man. He's a big body, and so he saved that first pass, that first go ball was underthrown a little bit, and he was able to climb the stairs and make a great play. So, you know, I think he's one of those big guys that knows how to use his body, which is great to see. And obviously think he's a good player and can use his size.
What's it like, that sort of the dichotomy between Cooper, who's 5'11", and Johnny, who's 6'6", and having that kind of chemistry with both of them in one game?
Yeah, I think you just got to play guys to their strengths. They're both professionals for different reasons, and so as quarterback, I have to. It's kind of like a point guard. You kind of have to, give the ball to the guys to their strengths and help them, show what they do best. So whether that's an upstairs throw, back shoulder throw, down the field throw, whatever it is, I think that comes into play as a quarterback of what kind of ball you're going to put on it.
Even in preseason games during these.
You seem to be willing to give your guys a chance, like 50-50 balls. You did tonight, you did it last season. How do you decide when to do that? And just like, what's your thought process there on throwing it up?
I mean, that's what's great about having great athletes and having great players and great teammates. They can go make those 50-50 balls. Like, I know, I threw a couple to Johnny today, and when Johnny's 6'7" and can use his body and stuff, those are more like 90-10 balls. And so it's nice as a quarterback and be like, okay, if I'm going to miss high and let Johnny go, climb the ladder. So that's huge, and he took advantage.
Last couple of years, you were the emergency quarterback, of course. But you got to dress, you got to have the radio in your helmet. How beneficial was that to be on the sideline, be able to hear the calls and take mental reps?
Yeah, it's huge. Just hearing the call and thinking, if I was out there, what read would I be making? What calls should I be making? And just getting those mental reps, I think, is huge in live game. I think you can watch a lot of film and do a lot of things, which I think is great. But seeing it live and seeing it in a game time, kind of talking to KP or the offensive coordinator and hearing what he's thinking and kind of you can anticipate calls. I think it's very beneficial.
I guess, how's it different? I'm being the first one up out there.
How's it different? I mean, it's nice because when you're going to go in. Yeah. The other preseason games is kind of like, all right, I'm being ready just in case. I don't know if I'm going in second quarter, third quarter, whatever it is. So it's nice going in, obviously, just knowing when you're going to play. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Will Shipley had the big. Get that offense going. How big, is a run like that early on?
It's huge. I was telling the QBs on the side, it's so nice when you just hand the ball right in a row. So, I mean, that's all on the O-line. Will did a great job of, hitting the hole and using his speed. And so, yeah, it's great as a quarterback. Go down and put guys in the box. And when you're firing on all cylinders, you can run the ball, you can pass the ball, and obviously they complement each other.
How much practice time have you gotten with the coach?
Yeah, so I mean, we practice those snaps. The snap is just a little bit different, obviously with the center and the 4-point stance and just being ready to get low and to drive. So live reps, we don't do a ton of them, but just getting those types of snaps and technique and different things, that coaching points that we're hearing. I mean, that's obviously a big thing of what we do, and people have a hard time stopping it. So, yeah, we've got a lot of time on hand on that.
Obviously, the Bengals had a lot of their first teamers out there tonight. The Giants, Week 18, that had a lot of first teamers out there. In your mind, does it ever wander to like, all right, you can do this at a starting level?
I mean, I'm just going to take advantage of any opportunity that's given to me. Right now is getting ready for the Browns for next week. And, obviously earlier today was getting ready for the Bengals. So, obviously I'm just going to be looking for the next week and ready for whatever happens, whether they're playing their starters, the backups, whatever happens, we'll be ready to move the ball, to execute. The standard's still the same no matter who's in front of us. And so that's always on us. They could know what we're doing, but as long as we execute, we should still be able to move the ball.
You completed the pass to 7 different receivers tonight. Was that something you this all season to should have been the ball a little bit more?
I mean, not necessarily. I think it just happened. I think it's a great job of KP of spreading the ball around, and those guys just doing a good job of getting open. I have my reads. If they're going to give us a one-on-one matchup, then I guess I can pick on what side I want to go on. But a lot of times I'm just going through my reads, and so good job on those guys for getting open.
I imagine as a quarterback, Joe Burrow's on the other side starting. I know it's preseason, but you're able to keep up on your side. Is that sort of presence noted by you?
I mean, obviously he's a great player, and so as an offense, it was like, all right, how are we going to respond? It's obviously going to happen that we're going to sometimes, and so we were just kind of rallying the troops, saying, hey, let's go match it and get things rolling. So it was a scoring touchdown drive.
How has your relationship with Jalen developed, and what has he meant to you and your progress?
Yeah, he's great. Obviously very knowledgeable of the game, has been around the league for a while and just has played in a lot of games. I kind of said this in another interview, going back and forth and kind of things that we're seeing on the field. I feel like just me being in the offense for, 3 years and kind of being in the same room, I feel like each year our relationship has gotten better. I guess, and kind of trust each other's eyes and kind of see what we're seeing. And so I think there's going to be a lot of communication when, I'm coming off the field, he's coming off the field, of kind of what the other person's been seeing on the sideline to help each other out. Thanks guys.